Hello tankers, welcome back to Motion RC. I'm James and today we're going to be talking about some new additions to the Motion RC website in the tank line. This is a brand new brand for us, available now at Motion RC. This is Coolbank and we have the Crusader Mark III. This is a UK tank and it comes in two liveries as you see, and most of what you see in front of me are things that are going to come with either livery you choose. So it's really just a matter of what color designation. Do you want the tan one or do you want the North African scheme with a little bit of camo? And I really dig these Coolbank tanks. These are going to slot in as our lowest tier of tank as far as price goes, but the features are absolutely awesome. Anyone who's into RC tanks, from Henlong, Toro, Tongde tanks from us, most of the features between all the brands are the same. They have smoke, they have lights, they have sound, and things like that. The only difference really with Coolbank and why their product gets a little cheaper, which is great, is they've removed the IR capability and they removed the ability to shoot the plastic BBs. So that keeps the price down because that's less stuff inside of the tanks, but that's it. As far as the IR game you can play with the other tanks and the BBs, you've got all the other features, which is great, and let's talk about those right now. Regardless of which Crusader Mark III tank you choose, here are the features of these tanks. First and foremost, you're going to get a realistic Christie suspension system. So just like the real Mark III Crusaders, you're going to have that suspension system, which is absolutely awesome to see when it works through. I always love realistic suspensions on all the RC tanks, and this one is really, really well done. These models feature LED lights, so you're getting headlights, you're getting tail lights, but then also, in lieu of not having those BBs, they did put lights in the barrels of the cannons, and you got machine gun lights. But when you fire, you're getting the recoil of the barrel, and then you'll see a light down the middle, which is pretty darn cool. It looks really good. Happy to see that here. One of the other features that's great about Coolbank, unlike some of the other tank brands, is you got 360-degree turret rotation. So your turret will constantly turn. It won't go almost 360 like the other ones where you have to go back and forth. So that's a nice feature about the Coolbank tanks. You've got a realistic multi-mode sound system. So again, when you start the tank, you're getting the turn-on sound, you're getting the driving sounds, you're getting the gun sounds, and you're getting the shutdown sounds when it's time to turn it off. But all around, really good sound on these tanks. You've got the smoke exhaust effect, and it comes with oil that you can refill, and we'll show you how to do that in this video. But all around, super cool. Always love to see the exhaust smoke on the tanks. Makes it look a bit more realistic. One of the things I love about these tanks, may call me silly, but I love the way the transmitters look. They are 2.4 gigahertz transmitters, but they look old school. They look like a radio from World War II, but they have all the features that you'd expect to see on an RC tank transmitter, and they work really well. They take 4 AA batteries. That's the only thing you'll have to provide out of the box to get your tank started. Now again, these models have metal and plastic construction. Obviously the tops are going to be mostly plastic. You have all the additional detail parts and accessories that you're going to have to place on. So as you see here, me putting on these little bits, these Crusaders took a little time because you're going to use some glue. You need to use some adhesive for certain parts. So I like to use foam tack. We have Beacon foam tack on the site. I like it because it's malleable, it's strong enough to hold, but it's not permanent. You could remove things if you need to remove them, but it's always good enough to hold on everything. But these tanks do take a little time. You've got all the side rails, you've got tanks in the back, you've got shovels, you've got all little detail parts. It's going to take you a good amount of time, but the manual does a great job of showing you where everything goes, and all the parts are laid out really nice. I was happy to put this together. You also get some nice decals with the model. Looks like there's a bunch of different sets, so it's up to you. Go back through Google, find old Crusader tanks, and you can pretty much pick out a livery. They're all a bit different. I went with some of the options available on the decal sheet, and I love they are very easy. You just cut them out, you peel off the clear layer, and that'll hold the sticker on it. Press the sticker in place, peel the clear part off, and the sticker looks great when you're done. And then lastly, some of the other features I do like about these tanks, a lot of open doors. There's a lot of cavities to get access to. I like the way they hide the battery compartment and the doors, all good stuff with these tanks. But man, I'm really impressed with the Coolbank tanks. So there you have it, guys. That's a breakdown of all the features for these Coolbank Crusaders that you see on the table before you. And again, a lot of this is used stuff that'll come with either tank, but you're definitely gonna, when you build this, you'll definitely have parts on some of these that are just extras. Don't think you've missed parts. You can add more if you want, but there will be extras as far as your details and accessories. Some of the other things you're gonna see when you come in, you get 2 options for the barrel tip of your gun. So each model will come with either option, the wider barrel or the thinner, and I just went 1 for 1 on each, but it's up to you depending on what variant of the Crusader you want to make this. So that's really nice. Again, you get a charger, which is a USB charger coming with the tank, and the battery itself is a 1500 milliamp 2S lithium ion pack. So that's just going to plug in directly like this, plug this into the USB port, and this baby will flash red-green while it's charging, and then it'll go solid green when it's fully charged, and it'll remain that way until you unplug it. Again, you get your oil, which I spoke about, which comes in a nice bottle, really like that, and you get a little tip that's gonna allow you to access, and we'll show you how to do that here in a little bit. Now, you do get 2 manuals as well coming with the Crusader. You got one for the transmitter, which will explain how that works, and one for the assembly and all the features of the tank and how to work it. So I like those as well. And then again, these are the decals from one of the tanks. I believe it's this one. This is what I used here. I just cut out certain ones, placed them. It was really hard to find actually, you know, good up close pictures of how a Crusader looked, but there's a lot of options, and you can really mix and match and make it your own. And then lastly, over here, you get a lot of track links, extra track links, which are going to be for the tank. You've got a little tool that's going to help you because when you put these track links together, there's these little metal rods that slip between each track link. This tool helps you remove one if you need to tighten or loosen your track. You could add links, you could remove links, but that's what this tool is for. And then this, it comes with a little Allen key. That's for the track tensioner. They do have a spot on this tank that you could pop in the Allen key, and you can help further tighten the tracks without removing links. But that's, again, going to be up to your preference and how your tank is performing in your eyes. But nice to see those features come with this tank. All right, so now let's plug one in. Let's get a battery in and just show you some of the features here before we run it outside. I'm going to move the tan one to the side, and we're going to get working on the North African camo version. So the battery's going to install in the front of the tank. You're going to see this hatch here, but you'll notice the battery's not going to fit in there, but no worries because that is magnetically held on. Now you have plenty of room to get in your battery. So first things first, you want to plug it in. Make sure the polarities collect, red to red, black to black. We could slide the battery down, push the wires down to get them out of the way, and then we can magnetically attach that hatch, and now you're good to go there. Now, as far as starting up your tank, what we're gonna do, again, we're gonna turn on our transmitter, then you're gonna come to the back of the tank, and you're gonna see these awesome hatches here. There's actually 3 hatches, but this one holds the on-off switch. We're going to turn that on and off, and you will see it bind up right away. The front headlights will go on, and then when you're on the tank, you're going to notice on the transmitter, nothing's going to happen until you arm it, and that's what this key button is down here, so we're going to press that. And there you go, just like any other tanks. Now, you'll hear the smoker starting to work, so it takes a little while. It's a pumper unit inside, like some of the older Henlong tanks, but no big deal. After a while, you'll see the smoke start coming out. But now you can run your tank. So forward goes forward, reverse goes reverse, which is nice. Right and left on the tank. We'll, you know, rotate it, yaw it, and then on this stick, you have gun going up and down, and you have full 360 rotation on the turret, which is pretty darn cool. Now you can see it going really fast. That's because I'm pushing all the way, but these are proportionally controlled. So you can, you can make it go slower or faster, just like other tanks. Now the buttons on the back, the right button is for the barrel recoil, and you can see the light inside will come on when it fires, and again the left button is going to be for that. Now it might be a little hard to see in here, but you can see the smoke coming out of the rear of the tank now, and you could turn the smoke unit on and off with the S button on the transmitter. So if I push that, you hear the smoke unit stop, so the smoke will stop, and then when I turn it on, you'll hear the smoke unit pumping and more smoke will come out. Now, as far as refilling the smoke, this tank has another hidden cavity, so we can turn that. This whole piece also magnetically driven right on top, and you'll see there's a cap in here. That cap is removable. It's a snug fit, but there's a tiny little hole down there that you're gonna see, and that's where you're gonna enter the smoke from. So if you see the tank running out of smoke, you push that into the hole, and you'll be able to fill the smoke in that way. I'm gonna mute the tank, so now the tank is still armed, but right now I muted it. That's the M button on the transmitter. So when I push that, you get sound. When I push the M button, it is now muted. You might have saw on the top that these doors also open. That's where you're gonna see your transmitter up there, your receiver up there, I'm sorry, your receiver, and that's where if you ever need to rebind it in any way, shape, or form, you know, that's where your receiver hides. Right now it looks like all the ports on that receiver are full, so if you ever wanted to upgrade or try to add things to this tank, you might have to update your receiver, but as far as all the functions on this tank working as is, you're gonna see that work here. Another feature I really dig on this tank is it has a searchlight. It has an actual light where you push the K button on the transmitter, and you're gonna see the searchlight comes on. So obviously we have a lot of lights facing us, so it'll look better in the dark than it does there, but you can see that can turn on and off at the push of a button, so that's pretty cool. Now the last button down here, the C switch, so M is to mute the sound, S is for the smoke, K is for the searchlight. But the C button, you actually have two different modes of how you want to move the barrel up and down. So in one mode, when I push up, it stays up, but if I release the sticks, it goes back to center. So if I push down and release, it goes back to center. But if you'd rather it just go up and down the way some of the other tanks work, push in the C button, and now it'll move up and stay, or it'll move down and stay. So I think that's pretty cool. Neat little feature, little extra button there to help you out. So that's kind of cool. I kind of like this feature, actually, how it can move up and down based on where I'm aiming. Now let's go through some of the switches on the tank. So the switch all the way on the right here, that's gonna turn your lights on and off. So if you'd rather run without any lights, you have that ability to do that. The F3 switch has no function on the Crusader tanks, but other models in the Coolbank line, that would actually activate a winch feature. So not available on the Crusader. Your F2 switch, that's actually a different model switch. So you could put 3 models on this transmitter if you wanted to. So if you get other Coolbank tanks and you want to pair them all up to the same transmitter, you have the ability to do that. But if you're only paired up to one, it doesn't matter what switch you're on. It's going to work the one that it's working. And then the F1 switch is actually a power mode. So right now with the switch up, you have full power. So the tank's gonna move really erratically. It can go a lot faster than a scale tank would. But if you wanna just lower that power mode, when I push this button down, you can hear the tank sort of wind up, and it's gonna move a little more slowly and more calculated, more tank-like, if you will. It's just an optional feature. You could also keep it up and then just proportionally control it yourself. So it's completely up to you, but I just wanted to let you know what's available on the transmitter. So taking them outside, guys, they look great. I mean, if you're looking for a Crusader tank that's gonna fit and play with any other 16 scale tanks on the market, then Coolbank's the one for you. I really like the way the tanks look. There's a lot of great detail on them. I was happy putting them together, and when you see them move around, I mean, again, they can move super fast and be out of scale, but you could scale them up and drive around, and they'll fit in nicely if you have some other, you know, Allied tanks and German tanks from World War II. But all around, super impressed with the Coolbank line in that I love the price tag on these. This is a great entry model tank to get into. If you're looking to get into an RC tank, you never had one, maybe you start here, and maybe then you go up to a Henlong or a Tongde, and then from there you can go up to a Toro, and then from Toro you can go up to your Tamiyas and your Matos, which are going to be the super high-end tanks. But for someone looking to get into something, looking for a nice Allied tank to play with and have some fun, or even if you're just somebody who wants a tank that's going to decorate it, weather it, airbrush it, and put it on the shelf for display, you can't go wrong with either one. It's a good base to start with and some really great features on these tanks. But that's going to do it for us here, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll have links in the bottom to both the North African camo scheme version of the Crusader and the tan version of the Crusader. They'll be down below, and then I'll put a link in that description as well for the entire Coolbank line, because we got some Stuarts, we got a howitzer in there, and I'm sure more is going to be coming from Coolbank as we introduce this brand to our Motion RC customers. But all around, I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you could, please hit the like button on your way out the door, always helps. Maybe even hit the subscribe if you're not subscribed. We're always releasing videos here of all the cool products that we're releasing at Motion RC. But the best way to help us out, head over to motionrc.com, and whether you purchase a Coolbank tank or anything else, cars, trucks, planes, you name it, if it's RC, we got it at Motion RC, and we'd be happy to have you as a customer. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you in the next one.